because there's stress and then there's anxiety. We experience stress every day. You know, if you're a human and you got a pulse and you're breathing, you've experienced stress, especially in this year-long pandemic. You know, there's so many external stressors.
With heavy signs of anxiety, depression, how can you identify it in yourself? And how do you know whether you have an anxiety problem or just feeling anxious at the moment, Because I feel that myself sometimes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good questions because there is a difference. So I'll try to answer each question. So with thinking about anxiety, I think because there's stress and then there's anxiety. We experience stress every day. You know, if you're a human and you got a pulse and you're breathing, you've experienced stress, especially in this year-long pandemic. You know, there's so many external stressors. You know, going to work, how am I going to pay the bills? Who's going to take care of these kids? Do we have enough to eat? Am I going to get COVID? Like those are external stresses, and a lot of those things are out of our control. When it can become anxiety is when we internalize it and we don't find healthy ways to cope with it. You know, and that's when you find yourself, you getting jittery, the heart starts beating faster, the stomach, having problems there, the chronic pain and the headaches and breaking out. Like that's when we're talking about anxiety. When it becomes more of a diagnosis, or what's very common is something called generalized anxiety disorder, where you're just worrying about everything. You have a hard time slowing those thoughts down. You're very hypervigilant, you're paranoid, you're cautious, you're just really unsettled all the time. Excuse me. And when thinking about all the time, if there's 7 days in a week, so 5 days out of 7 days a week, you are experiencing, that worry, you are experiencing that panic, you're experiencing that having a hard time breathing, the increased heart rate. That's when we're thinking like this may be a condition, but you don't want to diagnose yourself. This is when you do want to get to a doctor or a mental health professional just to, make sure you get a thorough assessment.